Why you're not losing weight. Let's talk about it. Let's say that you've done everything. You're eating organically, you're super on top of your workouts, and you're even fasting. Oh my gosh, the weight should come off like butter, right? Or let's just kind of reverse this a little bit. You see the weight loss, and then all of a sudden you gain it back so quickly. If anything, you brought back even more than what you had. Like, what? Why is this happening? And how can we get it to stop so that we can finally reach our goals to be healthy and feel sexy? All of my clients, when they work with me, this is the number one question I get. And there's a few answers to this. One, let's understand the body. Okay, your body loves you so, so much, and it's so smart. It really is. The thing about fat is that your body will hang on to it for as long as it can because it's a survival mechanism. Back in our caveman days, we needed fat to survive. We needed it to protect our organs and keep us warm out in the cold. And honestly, if you think about it too, from like wounds and stuff, right? We needed that layer of protection. However, in today's world, we kind of don't need all of that protection anymore, right? Now it's kind of the opposite. Like, we need to lose it so we can feel better and not be in such survival, right? So, there's a combination of like math and science that goes behind it. So many times, if you work with like a nutritionist, a personal trainer, all of that, you're going to get a customized nutritional workout meal, right? Or meals or whatever, which is good. You need to know about your carbs, proteins, and fats, the macros. But then you need to start seeing your body as a machine. Because the other thing that's beautiful about our bodies is not only do they love us, but they give us feelings, right? Especially us women, we're very, very, very intuitive. Now, we're going to branch off into another topic of this because males and females are genetically different, okay? And lately, I have learned about, people that are technically both. And I do acknowledge that that can also play into it. So, and to, to really be empathetic and knowing that that's a thing, just think mainly male and female and how it applies to those that combine in both. Okay? So females have hormones, males have testosterone. Now, males, for the most part, are genetically built to be stronger. Now, women are genetically, for the most part, built to have babies, to create life, to birth, to not just have it be them, right? You get to a certain age. And men, you're supposed to be strong, right? So what's crazy, and I'm speaking from my own experience, I know that it can be different for other people that have different health things to consider about, but from the general people that I've worked with and even on myself, the way you train a male and a female is actually the same, which you would have never guessed, right? It's actually the same. When you actually want to train your body to let go of fat and actually start trimming down, you have to ignore your hormones, ladies. Well, okay, I'm not a doctor. And this isn't advice that I'm like saying to go do it. I'm going to repeat this. It's actually me from what I've seen and from what's happened with my clients is you just kind of have to shut these emotions off, right? And you start to work your body as a machine. Most of the time, it's easier for men to do because they don't have hormones, right? And you see it all the time. Men lose weight so much easier than women. Well, women, our little tummy areas and the little bottom part of our tummies, it's tougher to lose weight there because we're meant to have babies, right? Like little kangaroo pouches. Yeah, we're meant to have that extra fat to have a baby. And men don't have to deal with that. So, what's crazy though is like when you're training and it comes to getting your body to a certain physique, it's literally the same for male and females. The same program works for both. It's just obviously different amount of weights that you can pick up and stuff, but literally the basis is all the same. It is actually mind-blowing how overcomplicated so many people make this, because it's really really actually quite simple. What is difficult is shutting off the mind and shutting off our emotions, right? We have been conditioned to emotionally eat, emotionally train. We celebrate a lot with food and going out and stuff. So just trying to stay away from those temptations and work your body as a machine to properly fuel it just enough to survive and to exercise so that we can shrink those fat cells. Make sure you listen to my other previous episode if you want to learn more about shrinking fat cells and get that stubborn body fat off, right? Now, with your food, it's actually quite simple too. It's just having the most amount of protein possible and limiting your fats. Actually, when you want to cut, limit those fats because they're very high in calories, and only have enough carbs just for your workouts. Yeah. Take a vitamin B12 shot if you can, a vitamin B energy drink, but make sure it's good quality vitamin B. Don't get this knockoff junk stuff that you do find in a lot of energy drinks. Go to a medical grade spa that has good quality vitamin B. Do your research on it. There are different kinds. And limiting your fruits, like blackberries are very low in calories, but they have antioxidant properties and they can help fuel you. For carbs, I highly recommend doing sweet potatoes. For some reason, I'm kid you not, all of my clients and myself included get the best results compared to white potatoes. You can do white potatoes, but I'm just saying, from what I've seen, sweet potato seems to do the trick. And for me personally, I always like sweet potatoes because they're like a sweet treat, You just add a little cinnamon and it feels like you're eating dessert. So delicious. Have to have a salad a day. Absolutely. With that protein. The reason that's so beneficial is you need that fiber. You really, really need that fiber to process and break down this protein. Did you know that protein is the hardest and most difficult macronutrient for your body to digest? So your body actually works harder and burns more calories trying to digest that versus any other foods. Now that's why we need salads. So that way it can clean everything out, process it, and just make it smoother so that you can have a good digestion. So yeah, that's been very helpful. I never ever recommend counting like cucumbers or veggies like broccoli and cauliflower. The reason I don't, and same with pickles, is because yes, they do have carbs, and same with like spinach and lettuce and all of that, because you're basically eating water and it's so full of fiber. So I make it super simple. Cut that out. Don't even count it. Just eat as many as you like because it's hydrating you, it's giving you that fiber, it's helping your digestive tract. And again, that protein is tough and you burn more calories. Did I mention that? If I did, great. Awesome. Friendly reminder. If I didn't, well, now you know. Yes, that protein is tough. So, like, constipation is a thing. That protein is tough. It's important to make sure that we are doing everything we can to make sure your body's absorbing it and utilizing all of that, right? Food is fuel. That's the number one thing. To lose this weight, you really got to think like a machine. And then stay consistent. And of course, there's going to be things in the way. Of course, you're going to have temptations, right? This world is full of temptations, and it will always be full of temptations. It's just, how bad do you want this? Schedule a one-on-one with me on my calendar, and we can go over your fitness and wellness goals. Until next time, be healthy, feel sexy. Mwah.